hit multiple times. If you get hit multiple times, if somebody get hit multiple times, that make it seem like they was a target. What's going on, y'all? This your boy Tony Black, voice of the block, and right now you tuned in to Ghetto Gossip. Today, as you can see, we're gonna be talking about that boy Zeethewizard, man. Zeethewizard hadn't got hit up New Year's Day, you know, hanging out, strip club with his homies, having a good time, supposed to be. And then something went down somewhere. Now people saying that his homie hadn't hit him up. But listen, if your homie hit you up, that ain't your homie. If you hit your homie up, that ain't your homie. So I don't believe that his homeboy hadn't hit him up like everybody trying to make it seem like his homeboy hadn't done. Now they saying that it was money thrown. You know how you in a strip club and you throwing money, letting it fly. You know, they saying that the money flew on some other guys and the guys felt disrespected. You know, they saying that the guys hadn't left the club. But if I see a motherfucker leave the club and I get into it with somebody, I'm following behind you. Not saying that I'm finna do something to you, but listen, you probably going to the car to get something, or you probably going to get more people. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna follow out behind you, but when you come back, look for me. I'm gonna be gone. When you come back, if you waiting on me outside the club, you ain't gonna never see me because I left when you left. But listen, man, he was supposed to be having a good time. You know, New Year's Day, man, celebrating and bringing it in how he's supposed to want to bring it in. He was an up-and-coming artist. Future hadn't laid eyes on him, you know what I'm saying? So he was getting a deal, you know? So it must have been some hating somewhere. You know, somebody ain't like him, but if some money found me and we in a strip club, I'm not gonna get mad. That's personally. Because I know that in the strip club, money fly, right? So, y'all, listen. They saying that his homie hadn't done it. Then they saying that the essay hadn't did it. We really don't know who did it. Only people who know who did it is the person who did it. The cops, they know who did it. I'm telling you, they got the tapes who did it. So, fam, not saying that Zeethewizard was a troublemaker. Because I ain't heard him dissing nobody, talk about no slinging no weapons, you know, and no songs. Not saying that he was a saint, but not saying that he was a good person either. Check out the video.
Here at a Dallas nightclub, 4 people were shot at the Pink House near Empire Central and Stemmons Freeway. It happened around 3:45 this morning. Scoop Jefferson is live in our Dallas newsroom tonight after speaking with the family of one of the victims. Scoop?
Yeah, Izzy, although we're still waiting for police to identify the shooting victims from this early morning's shooting at the Dallas After Hours Club, family has identified one of them as Z Cannon, better known in the hip-hop world as Zeethewizard.
I think I count a little faster. For my paper roll bands, I like to count money backwards. When you talking to the boss, you need to mind your mouth. When you talking to a boss, you need to mind.
See, the music that he was putting out was some good getting money, hustling music. That's what it sound like to me. It ain't sound like he was trying to get into no beef. It ain't sound like he was trying to run down on no ops. So what was it? Was it hate because he was different? Was it hate because he had just got a deal? What was it? Did one of his homies get him out the way? Did one of his homies set him up? I mean, I'm gonna show y'all something, because it's a guy that I got that was next to him, and I guarantee you he know and he saw everything.
Mind your business. I go Louis V Chanel pair with a Mary Jean. I'm a real player, nigga. Heard you playing gangster. I'm a real boss, nigga. Heard these niggas fakers. I know girls that's Korean. Shout out to my agents. I be ballin' in LA. Like
you got people running around saying, "Oh, it was an incident," and his friend maybe didn't try to do it. If his friend did do it, no. This guy was shot on purpose. If a guy get hit multiple times, it was on purpose. If a guy get hit one time, maybe it wasn't on purpose, fam. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen to me. Now, let me let y'all check out this video of the guy basically losing his life, man. Losing his life, senseless. He out here, you know, he had him some money. You know, he out here trying to bring in the New Year's on some good vibes and end up running into some bad vibes that night, man. That morning, man. You know, sad situation, man. Sad situation. And I can guarantee you, man, the 4th of July, it's gonna be people out here not listening and gonna do the same thing, and we're gonna be making some more news about who people out here hanging out, you know, 4th of July, and sometimes it happened on October, you know, October 31st, Halloween too. So, you know, fam, these are the most important times that we gotta stay in the house. These are the most important times that we gotta stay put up. The other times you do too, during the regular seasons, during the regular days, you just gotta watch your back. You know, I ain't trying to tell you how to move, but I'm trying to tell you how to move, man.
Yeah, and then the old dude who was wearing the zillionaire dough hoodie walked up to me and said, "Hey, bro."
And shout out to Ratchet TV. You know, Ratchet TV was the first guy that I seen had and dropped the video of what happened. You know, the whole situation, man. So shout out to Ratchet TV, man.
Record this. So I pulled it down and then I started recording right here. When the shots go off. But like, look. You see him drop right there. Look, huh? That's Z right there. He done. And then look, they shooting. And then SBD shot, he's there. And look, I'll pop out over here. And I'm like, oh shit. And these you know what?
It's crazy, but listen, let me tell y'all something about this Pink House. See, they say that this Pink House strip club then changed its name about 1 million times, so many times. When a place change their name so many times, go through so many different management situations, that mean things ain't went good at that place. So when you pass by this apartment and it say under new management, something hadn't happened with the old management. Maybe they wasn't doing their job. Maybe it was rats inside the building. Maybe it was, you know, wood falling in the, you know, the ceiling and stuff falling through the ceiling. You know, it could have been a whole lot of different situations. And a lot of times it be my cousin that's gonna be up in there working. So I still got ties to the place. It's just that you gonna be seeing a new face. You ain't gonna see my face. So, like I say about this place right here, it had to be up under new management. You know, I ain't from there, but I'm just putting my 2 cents in. And I gotta tell y'all this, man. Everything that I be saying is allegedly. You know, a lot of things, what I be saying is how I feel about a situation. And this how I feel about this situation, man. How I honestly feel about this situation. This guy right here. This guy right here. And y'all see who on the other side. So, you got Zeethewizard, and then you got his homeboy, right? If anybody would have hit him up, it would have been this guy right here to my left. The little light-skinned guy with the hoodie on and the backpack. It would have been him. If anybody would have hit him up, if anybody would have set him up, this would have been the guy. I don't think that was the situation. But you see how he looking though. He sees something. This had to be after the money got thrown situation. And the guys was mad because maybe this guy, Zeethewizard, had more money and throwing his money. But let me tell you, this got to be after the guys had then left the club and came back to the club. Because I see it in his eyes, man, the way that he looking like, what the fuck? Oh shit, but he really don't know. He really don't know. But a lot of times, if you really don't know, that's a sign that we gotta go. If I don't know, I gotta go. I can't stay. Or else I must stay. They need to talk to this guy. If that was Z homeboy, and if vice versa, they need to talk to this guy, cause Plug wasn't with him. He was with him, but he wasn't with him. You can see who around him. You can see clearly who's around this guy, man. And it wasn't no setup, you know. It was a targeted, you know, easy, you know, layout. And then you had, what's the one guy named from up there from Texas? Go Yayo. You had Go Yayo celebrating to the top of his lungs when this guy hadn't got taken out at the club, right? But then he go holler, oh, book me next, book me next. A lot of times, guys, we gotta be careful what we wish for. You know, we gotta be very careful what we wish for, man, because you don't want to wish for the wrong thing. And then you wish for that at the wrong time. You wish for that just for some fame, just for some clout, just because this dude hadn't lost his life and you want your name to ring. That ain't the way to play it, bro. The way to play it, dog, you gotta drop that music. You gotta drop them hits. You know, you gotta do some features, you know. You did pretty good doing them interviews when you had the first got out Go Yayo, but this ain't the way to play it. Talking about a man celebrating a man when the man get taken out, when the man can't defend himself, you know. But what I don't understand is, you know, why did it have to happen? Why they ain't want to duke it out with him? You know what I'm saying? They at the club, you know, the dudes who probably did it couldn't fight, you know, but they at the club, you know, having a good time. And that's what happened when you own that liquor. You know, when you on that good weed, you know, when you on that good whitey girly, you know, when you on that good stuff, you don't think right. You know, you think the first thing that come to your brain, and that's what fuck up a whole lot of situations and make people lose their life. Now, the person who did it is 9 times out of 10 he's gonna get caught because they got cameras for one. And you know witnesses out there was recording and seeing a whole lot of things. But like I was trying to tell y'all guys, man, the young guy right here, he got to tell us, man, what went down, man, who it was. Because if you look in his eyes, if you look at his face, he know a lot of shit, man. Hey, bro, hey, talk to us, man. Tell us what happened. We want to know what happened, bro. Talk to us, you know. You ain't got to be scared. There's a lot of people out here snitching nowadays. You ain't got to be scared to, you know, say what happened to your homeboy because he was the breadwinner in your situation. You know, you ain't no rapper. You know, you supposed to be a guy that have his back because if you look at the picture, fam, if you look at this picture, he got his back in this picture. So if he got his back in this picture, therefore, he got his back in the situation. Therefore, he should have tapped him on the shoulder and say, man, I see something that don't look right, man. I see something that looks fishy, and we got to get up out of here. And when you look at the video, even if he had got on him, right, he wouldn't have been able to defend himself. And then I heard people saying that he got a bulletproof vest. But he got hit up multiple times and he got hit in his head. So either way it go, he still wouldn't have had the chance to make it, man. And it's a sad ass situation, bro. This your boy Tony Black, voice of the block. If y'all fucked with what I said, man, y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all like that I say. But if y'all didn't like what I said, you know you gotta let me know what you didn't like what I said down in the comment section. I'm out. Peace.